For the first one, it says find the surface area. It doesn't say lateral area, it says surface area. We're going to find the true surface area. So what you're going to do on here is find cylinder and find surface area, okay? I'm going to point to them for you for today, but on the test, you're going to have to find it yourself. So this is your cylinder, and we're going to find the one that says surface area. So we're going to follow along with this one right here. Do you guys all see in front of you which one we're on? Because I'm going to take this out from underneath the projector to write on the paper. All right, so it says 2 pi r squared. So I'm going to write that down. 2 pi, and then I just left it blank for a second, r squared. Look at your picture. Which number is r? There's only 2 to choose from, so 2 is your radius. That's it. And then following along with the rest of the formula, it says plus 2 pi RH. And I just left them blank, right? So again, which number is R? 2. And then which number is H is height? So that would be the only other number that there is, okay? And then we're going to throw that in the calculator. You're going to have to bear with me because I'm going to have to keep on changing my screen to bring the calculator up, but we'll get through it together. All right, how do I type pi? Yeah, pi. So 2 pi 2 squared. It should look exactly like it does on your paper. All right, 2 pi and then 2 times 8. And I got 125.7. We're going to round to 1 decimal point. So 125.7. That's it. Basically, this entire test, you find which formula you want, you plug in numbers, and then you put it in the calculator. That is essentially it. I'm going to just leave myself on screen sharing because it'll turn out okay, and then I don't have to keep changing it for the calculator. All right, it says surface area, not lateral area, just full-on surface area of the pyramid. We're going to find on here our pyramid. It is this one right here with the square base, and we're going to find the one that says surface area. Do you see it? I realize that right now I'm pointing to it to you, but you have to be able to find them, okay? It says 1/2 LP plus the base, all right? 1/2 LP plus the base. So 1/2 LP, and then we're going to have plus whatever the base is. L is the slanty height. That doesn't make any sense. L for slant height, I don't know why that's what that is, but what is the slanty height on this one? I think it's marked in the picture. Yes, 15. All right, so that's L. P stands for perimeter. So if you look at the base, this side's 22. This side is also 22. This side is 22, and this side is 22. So how could I get the perimeter of that? 22 times 4. I didn't leave myself enough room, so I'm going to erase that. Or you could do 22 plus 22 plus 22 plus 22. You could add them all up. That's fine as well. But there's 4 of them, so times 4. All right, and then plus the area of the base is 22 by 22. It's a square, so 22 times 22. And then we're just going to put that in the calculator. You find the formula that you want, you plug in the numbers, and then you put it in the calculator. I know it's not super fun to watch your teacher type stuff, but I am going to do every single one of these for today because I want to make sure that on your test you know how to type them. All right, so everyone's paying attention today, though. Today is going well, so this is kind of all we're doing. Oops, I do not want 220 in there. There we go. 1,144. Cool. All right, number 3. How many square feet of material will cover the object shown? Pretend it's like you're wrapping a Christmas present. That is surface area. It doesn't say surface area anywhere in there, but it does say square feet, and we want to cover the object shown. So we're going to find surface area. And what shape is this on the top? We'll start like with the top and work our way down. It is a hemisphere. It's half of a sphere. So we're going to do 1/2 times, and then you're going to find sphere surface area. So find your sphere, it looks like a ball, and find surface area. Perfect. 4 pi r squared. So 4 pi r squared. There's only 2 numbers written in that picture. One of them is r. Which one is the radius? Close.
Oh, no.
18. You were the only one that said anything, so I'm just happy if you're awake and talking to me. All right, radius is 18. So that's this part. Now we're going to do the cylinder. We want the lateral area because we only want around the outside of it. So you're going to find cylinder and you're going to find lateral area, LA. So LA is right here. It is 2 pi RH. Thank you for following along with me. 2 pi RH. R is 18. H is, it is the only two numbers in the picture. All right. So we did the hemisphere on top. We did around the outside. And then we have the bottom of it. What shape is the base of the thing? Like what shape is the bottom? Circle. We're going to find circle on here. And we're going to find area. So here's circle. Here's area. Pi r squared. So pi r is still 18 squared. Again, I know this part is not super interesting. I'm not trying to put you asleep. We're only doing 9 problems. I do want you to watch me type them all in the calculator because when you take the test, you're going to have to do that on your own. All right. Plus, I'm pretty quick at typing, so it doesn't take me that long. But do you see how I'm making it look literally exactly like what is on the paper? All right. If you just make it look exactly like what's on there, then you'll be fine. There, see, I'm pretty quick. 6,446.5. There, I wrote it really big for you. Cool. The next one, we're walking you through it. It's a block that has had a hole punched through. So we're going to do the volume of the entire thing, the volume of the cylinder, and then we're going to subtract it. We're subtracting out the hole that got punched through it. So the prism, this is the easiest one. You're going to find the one that looks like a box, like a Christmas present. Your volume is length, width, height. You are simply going to multiply those 3 numbers together. So what is our length, width, and height? Yep, 4 and 6. So I'll just type that in real quick. 4 times 4 times 6. I got 96. Awesome. And so on the test, this one will be worth 3 points. You have to do 3 things. All right, and then the volume of the cylinder. If this helps you at all, I'm going to try and draw the cylinder, like, pretend you have X-ray vision. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it goes the whole way through? Are we seeing this? All right. So on here, you're going to find cylinder and you're going to find volume. I'm not going to point to it under the projector. I want you guys to find it. Focus with me for a little bit longer. We can have a good attention span. Find cylinder, find volume. What does it start with? Pi, cool. R squared times it. Perfect. Pi r squared h. What is the radius of your cylinder? It's marked in there. Radius is 1. And then watch, I'll kind of point to it. What is the height of your cylinder? Well, you have to kind of imagine it going the whole way through. So the height is, which is 6. Good, it goes the whole way through. So let me type that in. Pi times 1 squared times 6. So I got 18.8. And then if you want the volume of the object, it's the prism minus the hole that you punched through it. So I'm simply going to subtract those. It would be 96 minus 18.8. Do you guys understand what we're doing? Like we're minusing out the missing part? Okay, cool. I know everybody's tired, but 77.2. So you just subtract them. Again, this follows along exactly like your test. If you just stick it in your backpack and save it till next time, you can use it on your test. And you get this, obviously. All right, halfway done. All right, a cone has a height of 10, diameter of 4. Now, real quick, I don't want the diameter, I want the radius. Diameter is the whole way across. So if that's 4, what's our radius? It's 2, half of 4. Okay, good job. So you didn't even need a calculator. Find the lateral area round to a whole number. You're going to find cone, looks like an ice cream. All right, find a cone and find lateral area, LA. Find cone and then LA. Do you see it? Oh, I think, wait, this is your cone, right? This one? And we want lateral area, LA. So it's pi times what? RL, perfect. Pi RL. We just said what R is. We wrote it. What is R? It's 2. L is the slant height. Unfortunately, we have to do a little bit more work for this one. I'm going to try and draw you a cone. If you don't want to draw a cone, that's totally fine. And please don't make fun of my picture. I know it's not great. We said our radius was 2. And if you read back in the problem, what is the height? What is this distance? What does it say that is? It's 10. We want this distance. That's L is the slanty height. Okay. I'm going to start setting it up for you. I want to see if you can finish it. It's going to be 2 squared plus what would come next? You guys did really good with this. 10 squared, good, perfect, equals x squared. Lovely. Arguably the hardest question on the thing, because you have to, there's not a picture, so you have to draw one, and then you have to know to type that in. All right, we just need a little bit more of an attention span. Can you wake up? Should be able to do 9 problems with you, okay? All right, 2 squared plus 10 squared equals x squared. And then I'm going to move this out of the way, find where my graph is. And our L is, I'm going to round that 10.2. So 10.2 goes right here. Come back. So it's pi RL. We had to work to find L. And now I'm going to type that in. Pi times 2 times 10.2. Oh, and I'm not even clicked in there. All right, pi times 2 times 10.2. I know. There we go. All right, 64. It said to round to a whole number, so 64. Most of this test is also multiple choice, so you'll have, options. All right, a few more to go. We've got this. Find the volume. You're going to find the one on here that looks like a wedge of cheese. It's a triangle on one side, and then it has like a length to it. It's going to be this one right here. Did it say volume or surface area? What did it say? Volume. So we want volume. Do you see it right there? It is the base times height. Perfect. The base of this is what shape? What shape have I got for the base of this? Perfect. So now you're going to have to go find a triangle right here. And your area is 1/2 base times height. All right, so you did have to go find another formula, but it's not that hard. It's 1/2 base times height. What is the base of your triangle? I'm kind of pointing at it for you. Is 4? What's the height of your triangle? It's 6. And then we want times the height of the prism, which is how far this is, which is 12. The only thing I would say that's tricky about that problem is, did we use this 7 at all? No. So sometimes you get like extra information that you don't need, all right? It was 1/2 base times height and then times the height of the prism. So let me type that in real quick. Thank you for bearing with me with the typing. I just want to make sure I keep doing that. And then 12. Cool. 144. You guys have got this. Everybody's listening, paying attention. Just don't lose the. In fact, if you even want me to hold on to this paper for you for next time, I'll throw it in a folder. All right? Just bring this back next time and you can use it on your test. All right, how much water would fit in the pyramid? That would be volume. How much space is inside of it? Like if you're going to fill it up with water, that's going to be volume. So on here, you're going to find your pyramid and you're going to find volume. And it has a square base. So find this pyramid. What is your volume formula? Yep, 1/3 base height, okay? So 1/3. Now, the base is a square that is 6 by 6. So 6 times 6. That's your base. And then we want times the height. So what is the height? Like how tall is the pyramid? There's only one other number in there, 4. To be really honest, if you get stuck on this test, take the numbers that are in the picture and multiply them together. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, can get you close enough to the answer, and I'm going to take that phone if I see it again. There's only so many numbers in the picture is what I'm trying to say. Do something with them, and you'll probably get close to the correct answer. Like, fake it till you make it kind of is what I'm saying. All right, 48. All right, last one of these. How much space is inside the pyramid? How much space is inside is volume. Surface area is like you're wrapping a present. You want to know how much wrapping paper you need. You're covering the outside. That's surface area. How much space is inside? That's volume. Now it's a pyramid, but what shape is the bottom of it? Because it's not a square now. It's a triangle. Okay, so you have to find the triangle pyramid. It's right next to the square pyramid. It's right here. So our volume, again, 1/3 base times height. So 1/3 times the base times the height. But we just said the base is a triangle. So on here, you're going to have to go find triangle, which we did that one already earlier. Triangle is 1/2 BH. So 1/2 base height. There's only a couple of numbers in the problem. What is the base of your triangle? It's 19. And then the height of the triangle is 17. It's a little tricky because it's 3-dimensional, right? So that's the base. And then we want to multiply it times the height of the pyramid, which is 23. But what I'm saying is, like, say you accidentally put 23 here and 17 here. Would you not still get the same answer? Like, you can mess it up and still get the right answer. So just don't be a giver-upper, I guess what I'm saying with this material is, like, because there's only so many numbers in the problem, and if you just sort of do something with them, you will probably get the right answer. I believe in you is what I'm saying, all right? What was this times? 19 times 17 times 23. All right, 1,238.2. And then the last one is like that IXL bell ringer we did with the cross sections. You're going to have a problem where there's like 5 or 6 of these and you have to match them with their cross section. I just put one of them on here. If you cut this cross section here, what shape is the cross section going to be? It's going to be a square. Perfect. And again, on your test, that's matching. There's like a handful of them and you just match them with the cross section shape that they go with is all that is. Stop.